So excited to talk to you today about AI native companies. And the thing that they can offer us is a blueprint to where the future of work is going. Now, you might ask yourself, why AI natives? Well, I'm Matthew Duncan and I study the future of work. I have a team of researchers and futurists that are thinking about where work is going at Microsoft. And so we thought, what better place to start than with those companies that have basically been formed at the ground level with AI, especially since the onset of generative AI. And what we learned from these individuals is that they do have a specific mindset. They are thinking about AI, how it can drive their products and services, as well as their operations in new and interesting ways. Now, we're going to share in this session 5 key characteristics that make AI natives so unique. The first one is this concept about democratizing intelligence or expertise across your organization. I'm going to share a really great example of an ad agency who's taken 30 years of learning and efficiencies and put it into their platform so anyone in the organization, from creatives to anyone working, has that access to that expertise. So no longer do we need the strategist in the right-hand corner of the office. Number 2, no data left behind. So we're going to talk about how organizations are utilizing data in a new and effective way, right? We're going to mention a healthcare startup that's actually utilizing AI to bring forth 200 plus signals about an individual to really understand their total health and well-being, and to be able to use AI to cue them or nudge them to create better habits with their health and well-being. And then next we're going to talk about the third characteristic, flat and fluid organizations. Interestingly enough, we're seeing a whole new trend in organizations that are basically upending the org chart. They are utilizing teams of individuals to focus on goals or projects rather than functions or practice areas. This is going to start to adapt those teams to changes in the business, changes in competitive landscape, and these AI natives are more apt to take advantage of new trends in the marketplace. Next, we're going to talk about another characteristic, number 4, compounding advantage. Interestingly enough, AI natives have created almost a moat of competitive advantage when it comes to business. Why is that? Well, what we found is that if you use AI within your product and services, you're always learning. That learning is actually creating more value for the individual or the consumer, and then creates greater value in that marketplace. Also putting up a competitive advantage across other industries and other competitors. So what we're seeing is a compounding growth with that competitive advantage in these startups. If you compare it to like a SaaS startup technology, even if they apply AI to it, an AI-driven service or product is just much more malleable. And so they can change and learn as the LLMs are processing that data and information about the customer, their workflows, etc. What does this translate to? Some really interesting examples of startups that are growing from not just 0 to 20 million in 3 years, but 0 to 50 million in 2 years. So exponential growth that the VC and investment community is looking at. Lastly, our 5th characteristic, you gotta play AI both offense and defense. Now, I talk to a lot of executives and they keep talking about how AI is gonna be a cost-cutting measure. And the fact is, it does. It's greater in efficiencies in areas like customer service, like engineering or computer development, and like marketing. But I will tell you, you also have to think about it as an offensive move. The ability to utilize it to do more precise marketing and demographics, the ability to utilize it in your sales, marketing, and service to drive more customer acquisition and retention. So there you have it, 5 key characteristics that are really changing the way large organizations are even thinking about AI. And we can learn so much from these AI natives.